Hey everyone, I am Mr. Broke Bradley. Let's not waste any time and jump straight into it. Meet Bradley. He earns an average salary, which sounds like it should be enough. And some months, it almost is. But here's the thing about Bradley, and about most working people who earn average salaries. The money arrives, and within weeks, most of it is gone. And Bradley is not careless. He is not irresponsible. He is not stupid. He simply never learned the specific financial behaviors that turn average income into lasting wealth. And that gap between what we earn and what we keep is not a salary problem. It is a knowledge problem. Today, FinWise Edge is going to close that gap completely. Let us start with a fact that most people find deeply uncomfortable. Research consistently shows that across the world, the majority of working people, regardless of their salary level, report living with financial stress every single month. This is not a low-income problem. Studies show that people earning 2, 3, and even 4 times the average wage report the same financial stress as those earning below average. The reason is something economists call lifestyle inflation, the automatic tendency for spending to rise in perfect proportion to income. Bradley got a raise last year, a real raise, 12% more than he was earning before. Within 3 months, his spending had risen by exactly 12% too. His savings stayed at zero. He bought a slightly better phone, moved to a slightly nicer apartment, started ordering food more often because he felt he deserved it after working so hard. And this is not unique to Bradley. This is the default financial behavior of most working people across the world, and it is the single biggest reason average salaries never become extraordinary wealth. Now let's talk about the 3 biggest myths about wealth building, because what most people believe about money and what is actually true are 2 completely different things. Myth 1. You need a high income to build wealth. Reality: income level has almost nothing to do with wealth accumulation. Behavior does. Studies tracking thousands of households across decades consistently show that high earners who spend everything accumulate less wealth than moderate earners who save and invest consistently. Myth 2. You need to be an expert to invest. Reality: the most consistently successful investment approach in history requires almost no expertise at all. Myth 3. Wealth building is complicated. Reality: the core principles of building wealth from an average salary fit on a single index card. That index card contains exactly 5 behaviors, and every single person who has ever built extraordinary wealth on an ordinary income has followed all 5.
Behavior 1. They decided in advance what percentage of every payment they received would never be spent. Not after bills, not after spending, before anything else moved, a fixed percentage was separated first. Financial researchers who studied the saving habits of over 10,000 households found that those who saved a fixed percentage automatically, regardless of the amount, accumulated significantly more wealth over 20 years than those who saved what was left over. The exact percentage matters far less than the consistency. Even 10% saved automatically every single month for 20 years produces results that feel extraordinary. Behavior 2. They automated that separation so it happened without any willpower or decision-making required. When the money moves automatically before you can see it, you cannot spend what you cannot see. And within 2 months, your brain stops counting that money as available. Behavior 3. They treated their developing skills as financial assets, not just tools for employment. Every skill you develop has 2 values: the value your employer pays you for it and the market value it holds independently of any employer. People who build extraordinary wealth on average salaries constantly ask one question about every skill they develop: how else can this skill earn for me beyond my current job? Behavior 4. They understood the difference between an expense and an asset, and they consistently prioritized acquiring assets over accumulating expenses. A car that depreciates the moment you drive it is an expense. A skill that earns you consulting income every month is an asset. A subscription service you never use is an expense. A digital product that sells while you sleep is an asset. Behavior 5, and this is the one that separates people who talk about wealth from people who actually build it. They started before they felt ready. There is never a perfect moment to start saving. There is never a perfect moment to build a skill. There is never a perfect month where all the conditions line up. The people who built wealth on average incomes started in imperfect conditions, with imperfect information in imperfect months, and let time and consistency do what no perfect moment ever could. Now, let us watch Bradley apply all 5 behaviors starting today with whatever he has right now. Bradley sits down and calculates his real take-home pay, not what he earns, what actually arrives in his account. He writes that number at the top of a page and decides before this month begins that 10% of this number will be separated automatically on payday. He then opens his phone and sets up an automatic transfer for payday, so the money moves before he can spend it. Next, Bradley writes a list of every skill he has, not just work skills, all of them. He circles the one skill most likely to earn him money outside his job and commits to spending 5 hours per week developing and monetizing that skill. Within the first month, Bradley earns his first payment outside his regular job. It's small, it doesn't matter, it's proof. By month 6, his outside income has grown consistently, his automated savings have built a meaningful buffer, and for the first time in his working life, Bradley feels financially in control. The janitor who built $8 million on an average wage did not have a secret. He had behaviors. He saved a fixed percentage automatically. He treated his skills as assets. He acquired things that earned rather than things that cost. He started before he was ready, and he let time do the rest. None of this required genius. None of it required luck. None of it required anything you do not already have access to right now. The only question that matters now is, which of these 5 behaviors will you start with today? Share this video with someone who works hard every day and deserves to understand why their salary alone will never be enough and what they can do about it starting right now. Subscribe to FinWise Edge. Every week, real financial education built on real data for real working people who deserve better.
Bye-bye!